What's up, Life Team parents and anybody tuning in for week 14 here at Camp Hidden Lake. It's Wednesday, June 22nd, and we're just beginning our second full day, and you can actually see I'm right here in front of the beautiful lake, which is hidden here at Camp Hidden Lake. And yesterday was just an incredible day, just to see teens come from all different states and parishes and schools, and to become one together literally yesterday, and to see how God could work just in one day. We began the day at 8 o'clock in the morning, from 8 to 8:30 each morning. We're going to do something called morning praise, which was where we study a type of prayer from the Catholic spiritual tradition called Lectio Divina, which means divine reading or holy reading. And it's a way of just praying with the Bible to allow the words to be living and effective, to touch us here and now. We put ourselves in the story and listen to the words as if God was speaking to us personally. And after breakfast, we went into a time of organized free time, which means teens are just allowed to spread out throughout the camp to do different games and activities. We had low ropes and high ropes, and high ropes is our climbing course where they can be challenged to expand their comfort zone. Low ropes are team building activities for small groups to do together. And then after lunch, we went into actually lake time. We came out here to the lake, and teens could get in, they could ride canoes, they could do the blob, and just all sorts of different activities here at the lake. And then we dove into the night session, and that was unfinished love. And if on the first night we talked about the theme of just unfinished, last night we began unfinished love, and each night we'll do some aspect of our lives that are actually unfinished. And unfinished love was all about the idea that, yes, God created us out of love, yes, God intended us to exist and put us into being, but at the same time, He's not a God who abandoned us. And so often our view of God is one who puts things into motion, and then He stands back with His arms crossed and waits for us to hopefully get things right, or hopefully figure out our will. And that's more of a judge view of God, without viewing God as someone who's a present Father. And we talked about how God's love is unfinished, and He continually guides us throughout our lives, but didn't just leave us here on our own. And then last night we actually walked down here to the lake, and we had Mass together, and the teens took some time to write on a little piece of paper where in their life they needed God's love most. And they took that piece of paper, and during Mass, right before they received communion, they placed it before the altar. So just before we received Christ's continual presence of love here in ourselves in the Eucharist, we gave Him the area of our lives where we need His love the most. And so my challenge for you today is to actually pray for your son or your daughter or your friend, whoever it is who's here at camp right now, that they would experience God's love in the area of their life that they need it the most. Pray for us here today on this Wednesday, June 22nd. God bless you all.